YouTube. Ryan from Silver Bar Salmon Flies here, and today we're going to try and tie an alley shrimp on an Esmond drury size 6 treble in silver. This is a 70 denier UTC Ultra thread in red, and I'm putting a small uni French oval silver ribbon. To the back, probably somewhere between the points and the barbs of the hooks, and weave in and out. I would say probably about 4 or 5 turns at the back. Come forward, catching your ribbon. I'm going to pull it over to the back side on here so you can see the good side, so to speak, without any nonsense. Wind that all the way back up to the tag, nice and tight. A little bit wax on the thread. This has already been waxed, this thread, like. For the tail, I've got some orange bucktail in the stacker. Put it on. Maybe it's about 1.5 times the length of the body of the hook, sorry. You can put it on shorter, you can put it on longer, it's entirely up to yourself. But I do it about twice the length of the hook on a normal double, but on a treble I do the tail a little bit shorter because it does has a tendency to wrap over the trebles. There, the hook's at the back. Cut it on the back slope. Helps form a little bit of tape at the front for finishing things off. Come back to about the halfway point. We're going to put in a strand of crinkle mirror flash in red and a strand of micro flash in silver, both at the same time. One turn to secure them, fold them over the top and continue back. Make sure you get the tail fibres between the two hooks when you wind them back here, because they can twist as you wind. Right. Cut them off. Make sure you're happy with where they're sitting. That'll be alright, that actually. Okay, the back of this fly is, on the body, is orange floss. It's burnt orange Unifloss 601 ply. Wind it on, tuck it underneath, pull it straight. Try and keep it sort of in the same place as you're winding. About the halfway point, straighten your fibres out. There's a bit of a rogue fibre there. These rotary vices are brilliant for making sure you've got everything covered as you're winding. And take your time. Line it forward, keeping the turns touching so you get a good build up. Well, that's not the best, but it'll do. Second part of the body, so black Unifloss 601 ply. Catch that in, pull it back, wind that forward, straighten the fibres out. Steady to the front, keep it nice and tight. Catch it in, couple of turns. Nice and tight. Right, I'm going to bring this rib forward, straight turn over the back. Come along down the front of the tag. And then start your forward turns. Couple of securing turns. Cut that off underneath. Is everything looking alright? That's terrible, that orange floss on the back there. Never mind. In this little stacker I've got some grey, natural grey squirrel tail. That's what I want to put on the throat. Run it just past the bend on the hook. Just a touch into the tail maybe. Loose turn over the top. Tighten it up. Right. Get it where you want it. Sneak underneath with your scissors. Push it back a touch. Super glue. You definitely want plenty of super glue on this. Slippy stuff, the squirrel tail. Right, let that dry. I'm going to try and put a bit of a crease in this to tuck the throat in. But you want to make sure the super glue is dry before you did, because you can't just push it straight back out your squirrel tail like if it's not dry, the super glue. You make sure you have where it's sitting there. That should be alright. Bit of wax on there. I've got a hot orange dyed pheasant tippet here for the top. I'm going to set that just probably just before the bends on the hook, just level with a tag maybe. Set it where you want. Just turn over the top. Second one, tighten it up. That looks alright there. just super glue here. So I'm happy where it's lying, nice and central. Couple of turns on that. You can give it a little bit of a fall back as well if you want. With your finger to make sure it's just sitting back lovely on that body. That looks alright, you know. A bit of wax on the thread. Finish this fly off. We're going to put a hen hackle in hot orange. I'm going to tie it in at the tip with a good coloured side face somewhere. You can use cock. You can use cock hackle on this if you wanted to. Cock hackle for a bit of a faster flow motor probably, or just for preference. Like, I mean, I like hen hackle. I like the softness of it and the mobility in the water. It's worked for me. Couple of securing turns there. Cut the tip off. Right, now when you're folding these hackles on these trebles, to try not to catch your fingers on the hooks. Which sometimes is easier said than done. Granted, what I like to do is I got to go around twice or thrice like that and then let it go. Bring it back up. And get a nice second time. You seem to get a bit of a better fold on it. Once twice rounds probably plenty on that. Come over the top, catch it, slip it off. Trying to keep the heads as small as you can on these. Sometimes it's harder than it seems. Makes it harder. Sorry, you can have a big head on it if you want, like it's not really going to make much difference, I don't think, to the fish. But people like to see tidy heads, don't they? Small tidy heads on the flies. Come back a little bit and tidy it up. What's that looking like there? You know, I think I'm happy with that. If I can find the whip finish, I'll put a whip finish on that. 2, 3, 4, 5 turns on the whip finish. This is a lot of it. Bit enough on. Touch of moisture on the tail. Not too much. Looks alright, that. Super glue on to finish the head off. We're going to put 1 coat of super glue on. Let it dry off. And then you can put 2 coats of varnish on when that's dry. And that should see you right, that. That's the alley shrimp in a hot orange on a silver Esmond drury treble, size 6 hook. Thanks very much for watching. If you've liked that video, if it's been of any help, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, Silver Bar Salmon Flies on YouTube, and you can also go over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram at Silver Bar Salmon Flies. Thanks very much for watching.